Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to remind you all that I'm live on Twitch 5 days a week, every day, but Wednesdays and Sundays at 1 p.m. CST. What's up, guys? Adam or Amphy here. One of the most common questions I get over on my Twitch channel is what is Charged with Light and how does it work? To put it simply, being charged with light is when you pick up an orb of power. Orbs of power are generated when using super abilities or by accomplishing multi-kills with masterworked weapons. A masterworked weapon is a fully upgraded legendary or exotic weapon with a golden border around the weapon icon. Now that we know how to obtain orbs of power, let's get into how they work with Charged with Light. What is a Charged with Light mod? Charged with Light mods are armor mods that were first introduced in Season of Dawn. In total, there are 28 Charged with Light mods, 4 of which go on any piece of armor, and then 8 energy-specific mods for void, solar, and arc pieces. When looking at these mods, you may notice that along with the different burn of each mod, that there is also green, white, and yellow Charged with Light mods. Green Charged with Light mods are the mods you use to convert an orb of power to a stack, which allows you to be charged with light. The yellow Charged with Light mods are the mods that consume your current Charged with Light stacks into whatever the mod description says. The white Charged with Light mods are the mods that are somewhat random, some double your stacks, some add extra stacks, etc. Charged with Light mods are randomly sold at the gunsmith each day, but if there is a certain one you are searching for, there is a site called Destiny Reminders, which allows you to go through and select what items or mods you still may be missing, then just enter in your email address and link your Bungie account. When that particular mod or item is being sold, you will receive an email notification. This is super helpful if you do not want to constantly check the gunsmith or other vendors daily. Coming in Season 14, 801 returns to the tower and will take over Banshee's role of selling armor mods. Each day, 801 will sell one randomly chosen armor mod from the general and armor slot groups, and one randomly chosen combat style armor mods from the Charged with Light and Warmind cell mod groups. If you guys want to see a guide on Warmind cells, let me know in the comment section below. Now that we have explained what Charged with Light is and what their mods accomplish, let's go over some common Charged with Light mods in PvE and PvP. A very common PvE Charged with Light mod would be Taking Charge, which would make you charged with light when picking up an orb of power. One mod that you typically only see in PvE is Shield Break Charge, where you become charged with light by breaking a combatant shield with the matching energy type. For example, if you are using a solar weapon and break a solar shield and have this mod equipped, you will become charged with light. For the mods that will consume your charged with light stacks, you would want to run Protective Light, which gives you significant damage resistance against combatants when your shields are destroyed in exchange for all your current charged with light stacks. The downside of this mod is it takes -10 strength away from your guardian. This mod comes in handy during Grandmaster Nightfalls and has saved my butt too many times to count. A situational common PvE mod is Lucent Blade, in which while you are charged with light, you will deal bonus sword damage for 5 seconds and will consume 1 charged with light stack. On top of having this mod equipped, you can also have an arc mod equipped on any of your armor pieces to greatly increase the charge rate for your equipped sword. The reason this is useful in Deepstone Crypt, for example, is because while fighting Atrax in the second encounter, the damage phase requires burst damage, so the more damage in a short amount of time the better, making Lucent Blade very useful to have. For these next Charged with Light mods, I would consider them hybrid mods useful in both PvE and PvP. The first one is Powerful Friends. When you become charged with light, nearby allies also become charged with light if they are not already. Like Lucent Blade, equipping an arc mod to one of your armor pieces will give you +20 to your mobility stat. The second hybrid mod would be Radiant Light, where casting your super causes nearby allies to become charged with light. Radiant Light will also give your stats +20 strength with an arc mod equipped on an armor piece. Now that we discussed common PvE Charged with Light mods, let's discuss the common PvP Charged with Light mods. Common PvP Charged with Light mods would be Taking Charge, which we already talked about in the PvE section. Another one that will help in PvP is Quick Charge, where you become charged with light by rapidly defeating multiple combatants with fusion rifles or shotguns. This is useful because when you have an arc mod equipped, it will greatly increase the ready speed of shotguns, fusion rifles, submachine guns, and swords. With the nerf to aggressive frame shotguns with quick draw being replaced, this will almost be a must-have on your build. For the mods that will consume your Charged with Light stacks, the most common to run in PvP is called High Energy Fire, where while you are charged with light, you gain a bonus to weapon damage. Each defeated combatant consumes 1 stack of Charged with Light. Essentially, this acts like Rampage, but the thing is, it doesn't go away after a few seconds like Rampage does. You will have the High Energy Fire until you get a kill on an enemy or lose your life while having it. For example, this is incredibly useful when using a 120 RPM hand cannon, as it allows 2 headshots to eliminate an enemy instead of 3 headshots. The 2 hybrid mods that we discussed earlier, Powerful Friends and Radiant Light, are very useful inside of PvP because both of them help you become Charged with Light and at times help your teammates become Charged with Light as well. Now that we have gone over common PvE and PvP Charged with Light mods, let's give some examples of the builds I use in both PvE and PvP. My Charged with Light builds are very similar between my Hunter, Warlock, and Titan for PvE and PvP, but here's the build I typically use when running Grandmasters. On my helmet, I usually don't have a ton of extra energy slots to dedicate because of the ammo finders I am using, but Shield Break Charge is great because it only takes 1 energy and it helps me become Charged with Light. My gauntlets usually have a little bit more free energy space to dedicate with the artifact mods for champions, so I run Taking Charge to give me another way to become Charged with Light. For my chest piece, I try to fit on Protective Light because the more Charged with Light stacks I have, the more damage resistance I receive. For my boots, I run Powerful Friends or Radiant Light. I typically swap between these 2 on my boots and class item because there's only 1 energy difference and most of the time, you have a bit more energy spaces to work with. The reason I have so many different ways to become Charged with Light and only 1 mod that consumes them is because of how useful Protective Light is in high-level PvE activities. For the PvP side of things, I run this type of build during Trials, Comp, or Iron Banner. On my helmet, I usually try and fit on Radiant Light because I'm usually only running 1 targeting mod with a minor mod that helps my build. On my gauntlets, I don't actually run any Charged with Light mods since normally I would run Shield Break Charge, but Shield Break Charge is only useful in PvE. On my chest piece, I almost always dedicate 4 energy to be able to run High Energy Fire. For my boots, I run Taking Charge so that when I pick up an Orb of Power, I will be able to become Charged with Light. For my class item, I almost always run Powerful Friends because I am able to run the Arc mod with Powerful Friends to get that plus 20 to mobility for PvP. There you have it. This brings us to the end of our Charged with Light guide. My question for you is, what Charged with Light mods are you still missing or are going to be hunting when 801 makes her return? If you guys learned something or just overall enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like as it does help the algorithm. Also, if you haven't already, hit that sub button and notification bell so you never miss a future upload.